عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال theme is still talking about bad religiosity, or the lack of proper representation of what the essence of religion is actually about, or what Islam is about. And when priorities are compromised and essence is lost, and that you end up with something that is not necessarily functional. Someone can call themselves Muslims, or they can seem like they are, but the functionality is lost, and it can lead to very negative outcomes for the individual and for those and for communities. And the Prophet ﷺ, he really did spend a fair amount of time articulating these examples. And this hadith is probably the most famous of them all. And I think I'm going to end this series with this hadith, and I think that's enough. So we don't stick to a theme that's negative for too long. But what he said here, alayhi salatu wasalam, Hadith Muslim, is and you've known, everyone here knows this hadith, so it's not new to you, but I just want to emphasize a point within it. قال أتدرون ما المفلس, or من المفلس? Do you know what the bankrupt one is, or who the bankrupt one is? And he said ma and man in different narrations. فقالوا يا رسول الله من لا درهم له ولا دينار, وفي رواية من لا درهم له ولا متاع. The one who has no silver or gold. They use the terms of currencies, dirham and dinar, which is currencies that are made from silver and gold, and mata' as in commodities. They own things. If someone who has no ownership over anything, he has no wealth, he has no money. فقال عليه الصلاة والسلام المفلس من أمتي, the bankrupt one from my ummah. قال من يأتي يوم القيامة بصلاة وزكاة وصيام وحج. He said these words عليه الصلاة والسلام, just so that you're aware. The one who is bankrupt from my ummah is the one who comes يوم القيامة, and they have a certain portion or amount of prayer, of fasting, of zakat that was paid, and hajj that was done. ويأتي وقد ضرب هذا وشتم هذا وأكل مال هذا وهتك عرض هذا وسفك دم هذا. But he comes يوم القيامة and he has cursed this person out, and harmed this person and oppressed that person and took the wealth of this person and has harmed the integrity of this person. فيأخذ هذا من حسناته وهذا من حسناته حتى تفنى حسناته. So each of the people who are mistreated come and they take from his hasanat what they are owed, because they can't take back their rights anymore. Dunya is gone, so they have to take, the currency is hasanat now. So they take from his hasanat. قال حتى تفنى حسناته, until there are no hasanat left. ولا يقضى ما عليه, and he has not broken even yet. He still owes. فيرمى عليه فيطرح عليه من سيئاتهم, and then to even it out, since there's no hasanat to take, then the answer is that he takes from their sayyi'at. فيطرح عليه من سيئاتهم ثم يطرح في النار, and then he himself is thrown into Jahannam. وَلِيَعْذُ بِاللَّهِ. So this is what the Prophet ﷺ is drawing. He's illustrating for us this picture, this snapshot, this horrifying incident or event that will occur Yawm al-Qiyamah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us, inshallah, from this outcome. But the possibility of it is obviously real, because if there's lack of understanding of priority, the priority of righteousness and justice and non-maleficence, and if that's not clear, that you don't harm, that people's rights are a red light, if that isn't clear to someone, then they can misunderstand how Islam works, and they can see that it's okay. They can see, or they can assume, or take on the assumption that they can go ahead and pray and fast and do dhikr and read Quran and go do hajj, and at the same time not treat people well. Just not treat people well. Just be mean to them and be difficult with them and oppress them, and just do that. But I'm doing all these good deeds, so it'll level out. It doesn't. See, that's the point he's making here, alayhi salatu wasalam. It doesn't level out. These aren't equal. They're not the same thing. You can't harm someone and then pray 2 rak'ah and then it's even now. That's not how this works. And this is bad religiosity, where you feel that you can, in your workspace, be vicious with people. You can mistreat individuals, but then, khalas, as long as you're showing up to the masjid early and praying in the first row, then you're fine. It doesn't work that way. And it's actually a big problem, because it's a bad representation of the deen, and it's bad religiosity. And Yawm al-Qiyamah, it ends up backfiring horribly, and people lose all that. You can't, people don't go Yawm al-Qiyamah to Jannah if there's someone claiming a right upon them. No matter who that person is, they have to go back and they have to settle it. And Yawm al-Qiyamah, the settlement is with hasanat and sayyi'at, and there's no currency that's more valuable and more expensive than those. So if we don't understand the priorities here clearly, then we're going to end up in a difficult situation. And that's why there's another hadith, Imam Tirmidhi, similar to this one, but this is what he says, alayhi salatu wasalam. قال يؤتى بالرجل يوم القيامة فترفع له أعماله. This is what he says. حتى يظن أنه ناج. Another narration of this hadith, Imam Tirmidhi, also authentic chain of narration, or Imam Hakim, sorry, is that a man will be brought Yawm al-Qiyamah and his deeds will be risen in front of him until he believes that he's made it. Najin, that he's going to make it. ثُمَّ يُطَالِبُهُ كَذَا وَيُطْلَبُ مِنْهُ كَذَا. And then he's asked for this madlama and this madlama, and then all of his hasanat are gone. And then he doesn't make it. So it's very dangerous. And you can say that this hadith belongs in talking about oppression. To me, this is just bad religiosity. Because this sounds to me like a man who just was careless. ضَرَبَ هَذَا شَتَمَ هَذَا. Was just careless with his temper. Careless with his temperament. Careless with how he dealt with people. Thought that, no problem, I pay zakah, I do siyam, I'll be fine. These people aren't good anyways. These people aren't very good either. Most of them don't pray anyways. So if I curse them out or I mistreat them or I'm hard, difficult, Allah doesn't care about them. And Yawm al-Qiyamah, that's not how this works. So it's a very, very problematic concept within our deen. So we all have to be very careful with this, because if you don't understand the priorities of Islam, you can end up being religious, but that religiousness doesn't help you Yawm al-Qiyamah because you had gotten your priorities distraught and you didn't understand. You compromised the integrity of what Islam was about. So make sure you understand clearly where the lines are drawn and what is an absolute must and what's an absolute must not, so that you don't cross lines that Yawm al-Qiyamah cost you everything. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال أتدرون ما المفلس؟ قالوا من لا درهم له ولا دينار. فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم المفلس من أمتي من يأتي يوم القيامة بصلاة وصيام وزكاة وحج ويأتي وقد شتم هذا وضرب هذا وأكل مال هذا وسفك دم هذا وهتك عرض هذا فيأخذ هذا من حسناته وهذا من حسناته حتى تفنى حسناته ولا يقضى ما عليه فيطرح عليه من سيئاتهم ثم يطرح في النار. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحانك حمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. جزاكم الله خير وبارك الله فيكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.